Why money won't save your relationship. People love to say, money changes people. I don't think that's true. Money doesn't change you. Money reveals you. It strips away survival. It removes excuses. It exposes what's left when stress is gone. And when you look at love through that lens, you start noticing something uncomfortable. The people with the most money don't have the strongest relationships. In fact, sometimes they're the clearest warnings. See, there's this quiet belief a lot of us grow up with. Nobody says it out loud, but it lives in the background. If I can provide enough, if I can secure everything, then the relationship will be safe. As if love is a bill and money is the payment. But love doesn't work like rent, and intimacy doesn't accept wire transfers. Let's talk about Elon Musk, one of the richest men alive. Companies that change the future, access to anything, anywhere, anytime. And yet, his relationship history reads like instability, not security. He married his first wife, Justine Musk, before the billions. They built a life. They had children. They shared years. And when it ended, Justine later said something that stuck. She said she felt replaceable. Not poor, not unsafe, replaceable. She asked for equity, real ownership, Tesla shares, SpaceX shares, long-term stake. She didn't get that. What she did get was a lesson a lot of people learned too late. Money can sit in the room with you and still not see you. Elon went on to marry again and again. Tallulah Riley, divorced, remarried, divorced again. Millions paid out, tens of millions, actually, and yet the pattern stayed. Because the problem was never the money. It was availability, consistency, emotional presence. You can build rockets and still not know how to sit still with someone. Then there's Jeff Bezos. This one hurts more quietly because this wasn't chaos. This wasn't recklessness. This was a 25-year marriage, built before Amazon, before fame, before power. Mackenzie was there when it was just an idea, a garage, a risk, and when it ended, she walked away with $38 billion. Let that number sit. $38 billion. One of the largest divorce settlements in history. And here's the part people miss. That money didn't come from betrayal. It came from shared construction, which tells you something important. Even when people build everything together, they can still grow apart because growth isn't just about wealth. It's about identity. Money didn't break that marriage. Money just made it possible to leave without fear. Because when you have resources, you don't stay out of necessity. You stay out of meaning. And when meaning fades, money doesn't bring it back. Now let's talk about Bill Gates. 27 years married, global influence, philanthropy, structure, discipline. On paper, this was the safest relationship imaginable. And yet it still ended. Bill and Melinda didn't just divide money. They divided vision. Bill transferred billions, not thousands, not millions, billions. And still, the relationship ended. Because money can fund a foundation, but it can't repair emotional distance. You can change the world together and still feel alone at home. Here's the part nobody likes to hear. Money removes the struggle, but struggle is sometimes what keeps people facing each other. When survival disappears, connection gets tested. When the bills are paid, attention becomes a currency, and attention is the one thing money can't force. People say, women leave when the money isn't enough. That's not true. Women leave when the relationship isn't enough, when conversations turn cold, when presence turns partial, when effort turns assumed. A woman would rather feel understood than impressed, rather feel chosen than provided for. Money attracts, but it does not retain. Look at the pattern again. Elon had access, not stability. Jeff had partnership, not alignment. Bill had structure, not intimacy. Different men, same outcome. Because money solves external problems, and relationships collapse from internal ones. Money can delay the ending. It can soften the landing, but it cannot do the work. So if you're listening to this thinking, I just need to get my money right first. Do that, absolutely. But understand this. Money is not a substitute for presence. Provision is not a replacement for participation. And success does not excuse emotional absence. If money could keep love alive, billionaires would never be alone. They are, because love doesn't stay where it's funded. Love stays where it's felt. And that's the part no amount of money can buy.